Think you're doing chest flies correctly? Let me hit you with the truth that surprises almost everyone. Most gym goers are not training their chest during cable fly, they're training their shoulders without even realizing it. And here's the scary part. The more weight they add, the worse the form gets. Let me ask you this. If I told you that one tiny adjustment in your elbow angle could instantly switch the tension from your shoulders to your chest, would you believe me? Today I'm going to show you the right way to perform the cable fly. But before we reveal the perfect technique, we're going to walk through the mistakes people make, why they happen, and how you can fix them today. Stay with me, because once you understand these small details, your chest workouts will never feel the same again. Let's start with what almost everyone gets wrong. First mistake. People pull the cables with their hands instead of their chest. Their arms start doing the job, the shoulders take over, and the chest barely gets activated. Second mistake. They move the cables in a straight line with locked elbows, like they're mimicking a press instead of a fly. When the elbows don't stay slightly bent, the tension disappears from the pecs. Third mistake. They lean forward like they're about to take off for a sprint, thinking it helps, but it actually shifts the force to the front delts. Fourth mistake. Too much weight. You can spot this instantly when someone's arms start shaking, their torso twists, or the cables snap back between reps. And the final mistake is arching the lower back because they're not engaging their core, which reduces power and increases the risk of injury. If you've done any of these, don't worry, you're not alone. Almost everyone starts this way because the cable fly looks simple, until you try to do it right. Before I reveal the correct form, think about this for a second. What if the key to a perfect cable fly isn't your hands, your grip, or even your elbows, but your rib cage? Most lifters collapse their chest instead of lifting it slightly, and that one small change can instantly fire up the pecs like never before. Another hint. The direction of force matters more than the weight. A fly isn't about moving the handles closer, it's about keeping tension on the chest from start to finish. Keep these hints in mind as we break this down step by step. Now let's build the foundation. Your cable height should match your goal. Mid-chest height is the classic position and the best place to start. Grab the handles, take one step forward to create tension, and plant your feet in a staggered stance, one foot slightly ahead. This gives you stability without forcing you to lean too far. Think of your body like a skyscraper. The base needs to be stable so the top doesn't collapse. Slight bend in your knees, slight engagement in your core, ribs lifted just a bit. Not exaggerated, just proud chest posture. This creates a perfect surface for your pecs to contract. Your elbows should stay slightly bent and locked in that shape throughout the movement. Think of them like the hinges of a door. They don't open and close while you fly. They just guide the movement. When you move the cables, your elbow angle shouldn't change. Why? Because when the elbow angle changes, tension leaves your chest. Keep your hands slightly outside shoulder width at the starting point. Your chest lifted and your shoulders down and back, not shrugged or rolled forward. Imagine pinching a pencil under your armpit. That's how stable your shoulders should feel. Now the actual fly. Bring your hands together in a wide, hugging motion, almost like you're trying to wrap your arms around a wide tree trunk. Do not press the handle straight forward like a bench press. Think arc, not line. Keep your chest high and your elbows fixed. At the bottom of the movement, when your hands meet, you should feel your chest fully squeezed. Hold it for just 1 second. This tiny pause is what separates average reps from perfect reps. On the way back, resist the cables. Don't let them pull your arms back quickly. Control is everything. Slow, stretched, and deliberate. You should feel a deep stretch in your pecs as the handles move out. Your breathing pattern matters.
Inhale as the handles return and your chest stretches.
Exhale as you fly them forward and squeeze your pecs. Breathing isn't just oxygen, it's stability. Proper exhale tightens your core, keeps your back from arching, and maintains power in your chest. If you've ever wondered why some reps feel stronger than others, this is usually the reason. Let's contrast the wrong form with the right one. Wrong form looks like this: elbows straight, shoulders shrugged, back arching, leaning too far forward, pulling with arms, and rushing through reps. The chest barely feels anything. Right form looks clean, elbows softly bent, core tight, shoulders locked back, chest lifted, movement slow and curved, hands finishing in front of the chest, and each rep ending with a controlled squeeze. When done right, your chest feels pumped in the first 5 reps. Here's a secret that will change the way you train. Your muscles don't understand kilograms or pounds. They only understand tension. A lighter weight with perfect tension beats a heavy weight with sloppy form every single time. This is why cable fly becomes incredibly powerful when done with precision. If you keep your elbows fixed, your shoulders back, and your chest lifted, even a moderate weight will feel intense. Think of tension like stretching a rubber band. The more controlled the stretch, the more energy it stores. That's exactly how your chest behaves during a perfect fly. Now let's add the advanced tweaks. First tweak. Imagine trying to bring your biceps together at the end of the movement. This mental cue fires up your inner chest like magic. Second tweak. Take a half step forward after every 8-10 reps to keep tension constant as fatigue builds. Third tweak. As you stretch back, slightly rotate your palms upward. It deepens the stretch safely. Fourth tweak. Instead of stopping when your hands meet, try crossing one over the other on alternate reps. This increases contraction without adding weight. These small details take your cable fly from beginners level to elite level training. Let me share a quick story. A client once told me he trained chest for years but never felt real activation. When he started working with me, I didn't change his workout, I changed his technique. I told him, your core is the foundation of your skyscraper. If it collapses, the whole building collapses. Once he learned to stabilize his core and keep his chest lifted, suddenly his fly felt completely different. After 2 weeks, he said his chest felt like it was finally waking up after years. Form transforms everything. Let's recap the proper cable fly in the simplest terms. Set the cables at mid-chest height. Stand tall with a stable stance. Lift your chest slightly. Engage your core. Keep your elbows softly bent and fixed. Bring your hands together in a hugging arc. Squeeze at the end and control the stretch on the way back. Keep shoulders down and back. Focus on tension, not weight, and breathe with purpose. Before you click off, here's your challenge. Go to the cables right now. Perform 10 flawless reps, and notice how different your chest feels. If your chest starts burning in the first few reps, congratulations, you've unlocked the real cable fly. Keep practicing this technique. Keep refining those small details, and I promise your chest will grow like never before.